Okay, good morning. Today we'll discuss how electric energy is transferred from the source to the load. For example, how does the electrical energy travel from the switch to the ceiling fan? Most of you would imagine that all the energy flows through the wires, but that is not the correct information. The energy do not all flow through the wires, they flow in the space around the wires. I'll explain this shortly. Now let us take two parallel conductors. Electric energy is always transmitted through electromagnetic fields, and electromagnetic fields needs a electric field E and a magnetic field H, and the direction of power flow will be E cross H. Now what we can do is we can take two conductors. This is a top conductor and this is a bottom conductor. Now let us connect a DC source. And now this portion will be positive, this conductor will be in positive potential, and this conductor will be in negative potential. Therefore, this will be the direction of the electric field. Between the two conductors, as I have shown in the figure. Now the electric field is between the positively charged conductor to the negative charged conductor. In between I have shown, outside it will be in this direction. But will there be any power flow in the circuit? There will not be any power flow because there is no magnetic field. How do you get a magnetic field? A magnetic field is created when there is a current, and the current will come only if you apply a load. So let us apply a resistive load. Now current starts flowing through the circuit. It flows from the left to right in the top and right to left in the bottom conductor, and it flows to the load. When the current starts flowing, you know from the theory of magnetism that a magnetic field will be produced. So to find the direction of the magnetic field, you have to use your right hand rule. So this is the right hand. So using the right hand rule, the electric field comes out of the board at the top, outside the board, then it comes into the board below the conductor. Then here we have an electric field from top to bottom and a magnetic field into the board. Now apply the right hand rule. E cross H. So this is the direction of E and this is the direction of H. So the current flows from left to right from the source to the load. This will be the direction of the power flow. The power will flow from the source to the load, because if you between the two conductors, so the electric field is in the direction of my palm and the magnetic field is into the board, and my thumb points from left to right. Therefore, the power flow between the plates will be from left to right. Now let us consider outside the plate. So this is the electric field and the magnetic field is into the board. So you have the electric field. Electric field will be and the magnetic field is into the board, outside the board. So when you use the hand now, again you see that the power flows from left to right. So all the power flows from the source to the load in this circuit, because the direction of the electric field and the magnetic field are as shown between the plates and outside the plates, indicate that E cross H will be in one direction. Between the plates, once again, between the plates when you apply, this is the electric field, then the magnetic field is into the board, apply my palm and the thumb points towards the load. So outside the plates, this is the electric field, this is the magnetic field. So then electric field about the palm, the magnetic field into the board, and the thumb again points from left to right. Okay, so this is for a DC source. So even for a DC source, the energy travels in the form of electromagnetic fields. The energy is transferred to electromagnetic fields. It is not transferred through the wires. Now let us take the more interesting case of an AC source. Let us take the more interesting case of an AC source. So let us replace it by a sinusoidal source. And let us assume for the moment that the load is a pure resistance. So when I apply the field will change the direction. Now at t is equal to 0, we assume that this is the polarity of the electric field. This is the polarity of the electric field, and the polarity of the magnetic field will again be that the current will be in this direction, and the magnetic field as shown in the figure will be from left to right. Now in the negative half cycle, the field will change the polarity. Negative half cycle, the electric field's polarity will change. So this will be the polarity of the electric field after the first half cycle. So from this moment to this moment, this will be the polarity of the plate. Therefore, the electric fields will be reversed. The electric field will be reversed, and the current flows in the opposite direction. The current flows in the opposite direction. Therefore, the magnetic field will also be reversed if we use the right hand rule. So here it will be into the board, and here it will be out of the board. Now you can use the right hand rule yourself, and you can determine if the polarity, now both the electric field and the magnetic field change the polarity at the same time, because there is no phase difference between the voltage and the current. The load being purely resistive, there is no change in the polarity of the voltage and current. So whenever E changes polarity, H also changes polarity. Therefore the direction of E cross H will remain the same, and therefore all the power will flow from the source to the load, even though the electric field changes direction and the magnetic field changes direction. Since the phase difference between the two is the same, the power always flows from the source to the load. Next, what we shall do is, we shall consider a pure inductance. We shall consider pure inductance. In an inductance, what will be the current will lead the voltage. So the first quarter cycle, both the voltage and the current have the same polarity, and therefore the power flow will be from the source to the load, because in the first quarter cycle the voltage and the current are both positive. Now in the second quarter cycle, the voltage is positive but the current is negative. Therefore, only the electric field will change. Only one of the fields change their polarity. Therefore, the direction of E cross H will be reversed. Direction of E cross H will be reversed. Therefore, the second quarter cycle, the power will flow in the opposite direction. So the power keeps flowing from the source to load in the first quarter cycle, and then from the load to the source in the next quarter cycle, and therefore the net power transferred will be 0. So using this concept, you can work out what will happen. Suppose if you have a load which is partly resistive and partly capacitive, or partly resistive and partly inductive, you will find that for a large amount of time the power flows from the source to the load. Then for short period of time, the power flows from the load to the source. So you can see that the power flow is all through the conductors, all through the area around the conductors, are not necessarily through the conductor. So this is a common misconception which people have before they do a course on electromagnetic theory. Okay, so that is the effect of the Poynting vector. The Poynting vector is, as we know, the direction E cross H. The direction D cross H gives the direction of power flow. Thank you. ಮುಷ್ಟ್ರ ಮಗ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಾಮಿಗೆ